Islam Street, Dwayne Buffett Bay, Islam. I'm on Arrington-Bey, your wife. It is. I'm leaving. It's Venus Day or Friday, holy day for us as Hebrew Muslims, as Muslims, Moorish Americans, natural, divine, celestial beings, Islam. So I'm leaving from earning money at Burger King. Today was an okay day. One moment. My work ethics, today is March the 18th, 2022. My work ethics, first, let me start off, let me say my work ethics. Today, I basically was a cashier. I pretty much stayed on the front line, as much as I could, because I know when Phyllis, what she usually says, stay on the front line. So I didn't leave to do much besides getting cartons, and then I tried my best to announce it. The managers are different, so whatever the managers ask me to do, or if I learn how they want their shift to run, I try to follow it as much as possible. So I just refilled the refrigerator with orange juice. I checked the expiration date on the white milk. Kept the counters sanitized. And I'm about to cross. One moment. I guess let me wait until the car stops before I just assume. Because if they have car accidents out here that look to be odd, they probably. Actually, I was hit by a car. Maybe the first year of being here, this pale-skinned lady hit me with her car, and I was new. But once again, if they have car accidents out here that are odd, that people get hit too by cars that are odd, and that was very odd for me. What happened was I was on my way. I'll tell you after I get through speaking about this, my work ethics. So it was. So we came here in June. Well, actually, at the last week of May of 2016, and then I was hired at Burger King June of 2016. And I'll tell you. So I'll just keep that thought. And I'm pretty sure it was like the first year of me being here, how the pale-skinned lady hit me with her car on my way to earn money. And once again, Imani Gray Bay and I run the Arrington-Bey. We don't know anyone personally here. But, so let me continue. This is in Annapolis, Maryland, where the United States military, I'm walking my same path. There's armed forces. The United States Navy and Army is prevalent. The police, and Marines, just the military prevalent, everywhere. So, and I don't know if she was connected to either one of them, because I was new, and I didn't get her license plate number, and I didn't know who. I just didn't know. I truly didn't have a grasp of the military being here. I didn't. At that time, I didn't know that the Navy Academy was approximately 2 miles away from Burger King. I had no idea how close the Naval Academy was to Burger King, and the Army base. I had no idea, because we were new. And and so after being here, I was like, okay. This is Annapolis. It looks very clean. I mean, it's a metropolitan area, small, very clean area. Some would say middle class or high middle class. So, and that's so. I'm going. At that time, therefore, I was like, Annapolis It reminds me of Cobb County. Cobb County, Marietta is where I lived at a long time. That's what Annapolis reminded me of. But Cobb County, Marietta didn't have the military there that I saw. I don't think I mean, yes, there was ROTC in the high schools, but I don't think I ever remember seeing the Navy or Army or any type of military forces in Cobb County, Marietta, Georgia. But Annapolis, from the description, the appearance, remind me just similar to Cobb County, especially where Whole Foods is, that plaza. The plaza is always kept so nice and clean. There's these condominiums. The condominiums look very, very expensive. In fact, Maryland is considered to be one of the most expensive places to live in the United States. I think Maryland supposedly have the highest scale in reference to cost of living. Maryland. So when I saw the Whole Foods Plaza and how clean, and those condominiums, the condominiums, once again, they look like, they look very expensive, and they are, according to what my opinion is, what is expensive. I said, this place remind me of Cobb County, Marietta, Georgia, because where I was raised at, part of my life, there were a lot of people that had a lot of money, and but they had houses, and their houses ran from the condominiums were like $500,000 to $600,000. The houses were a lot. Then there was some other cities like Dallas and other places that were very close where they were building a lot of million-dollar homes. So people were making a lot of money. So anyway, nonetheless, the crime rate was very low as well in Cobb County. It's Kennesaw, Georgia. So it was Marietta, I should say. Actually, part of my life was Marietta, part of life was Kennesaw there. So Kennesaw, the crime rate was, extremely low. But in Kennesaw, Georgia, people were known to have guns. And also in the area where I live, people were known to have guns in their houses. So that was the word. The area where I was raised in Cobb County and in Kennesaw, people were known to have guns, and they used to say comments as though they used to say crime was so low in the area I was raised because the criminals knew that they're going to get shot if they try to break into someone's home. But we didn't know we were among unclean spirits that can cause you to be sick, cause your children to get on drugs, have sex at a young age. So a lot of these things definitely existed in the city. So we had no idea that we were among unclean spirits. At least I know I didn't. That can possess your children's mind and your parents' mind as well. So many of the parents will leave their kids, their children, home by themselves and travel, because they were the place was everybody knew everybody, and who you didn't know. You say where you live, you say, oh, okay, well, so forth. But what I'm describing is a place where you can walk at 4, 5 in the morning, 2 in the morning, so forth. You don't have to worry about seeing any criminal activity of any sort, or hear about somebody being raped, molested, or any of that kind. And so you saw children, young teenagers, who were 9 times out of 10 possessed but didn't know, out a lot and having parties and so forth. But when you don't know, you don't know. So anyway, getting back, in Kennesaw, once again, in the area I live, people were known to have guns. They were known to implement their constitutional rights and carry guns. They were known to implement Amendment 2 and have guns in their home. So it's like you can be crazy if you want to and enter my home and get shot. Or you can step to me, some of these people that would be out, and get shot. So that was the thought in the area where it came from. But yet it was a very high middle class area in some places, or some with very high middle class, low crime, and so very low crime. So that's probably what caused, what made it grow so fast, the low crime. In fact, there was a huge thing about not having Cobb County Transit come to Cobb County because they didn't want any type of criminal activity coming to Cobb County, because Cobb County was known to be low crime, you know. So they didn't want any buses, no buses that were bringing possibly those that committed crime from the inner city to be able to ride the bus and come back and forth into the county or the cities that the county was surrounded by, and that include Kennesaw. So it was a huge thing. I remember they were having meetings about it. There were a lot of no's, you know. People thought it was racist. They just didn't know. They had no idea. So anyway, moving forward. So when I came to Annapolis, that area at Whole Foods reminded me of parts of Cobb County. So let me continue. So I can, I'm right now behind the place where they can buy marijuana for free. I'm not for free. For if you have a medical, they have to pay for it, as far as I know. If you have a medical excuse. So my work ethics were today basic. I did refill the refrigerator with orange juice, kept the table sanitized. I got 2 compliments. One compliment was from, she looked to be an African American lady. She said, "I just want to tell you, my husband," because it was a looked to be African American male, I should say, male and female. They look at it as a couple. I wasn't sure. I just took their order, and I see them as guests, and you know. And she said, she said, "I just want to tell you, my husband said you have a lovely personality." I said, "Your husband said I have a lovely personality?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Okay." I said, "Tell your husband." I said, "Thank you." She said, "Oh, he's right here." And I was like, I think he heard me. So, and then a little bit afterwards, this pale skinned lady gave me a compliment. She said I had a good attitude. And I remember because right after her, this black male came into Burger King. It sounded like he said brother as he was coming in. I'm not sure, but it sounded like he said brother, and he had on a navy shirt on. After the pale skinned lady, I was thinking about how I was going to put this document, my compliment from the African American male and female. You know, and it's interesting. I was thinking about. So I'm going to post this. How she said that her husband gave me a compliment, and and I had these thoughts, and then a pale skinned lady came in and gave me a similar compliment. And then right after her, this black male came in wearing a Navy shirt. And it sounded like he said brother, but I could be wrong. Once again, because sometimes when they, a lot of black males, when they come in, they mumble like that as they looking down. So it's like I can't tell if they're saying brother or sometimes, but sometimes it's clear that they're saying brother. Definitely sometimes it's clear they're saying brother. But he had on a Navy shirt. That's how I remember the compliment, because he came in right after her. And then after that, Imani, hey, are you gonna get me one too? Get me one too. Get me one too. You get an umbrella. Get me one too, and I'll come back. Then after that, let's see. I think my day. Can you go away from me? All right. A lot of times, African American males and females connected to the police or whatever, they'll send somehow they'll be watching, and a pale skin like this will come in Annapolis and do something like that. She would, like, she wanted to approach me, and then so it's interesting to see that, because African American males and females be looking, and then a pale skin will come, and look sort of odd, and as they are walking in front of me, or they might try to say hello, that sort of thing. It's like it reminds me of hearing these criminal activities or crimes that are racial crimes, and then you don't think, you truly don't think that that the African American males and females that are marching are part of it, and it's for another reason. And all you see on TV is that a black male or female has been abused, and they say it was a racist situation that happened, and black people start marching and so forth. And so you don't think, or I forget to say Spanish speaking as well, but you don't think how so many of them hide what is really going on, and sometimes it's just really created. It's created to hide what really happened. So anyway, and I noticed that a lot, especially as black males and females say brother, he loves you, and she loved your son. Literally saying brother, she loves you, he loves you, and she loves your son. Literally I can't tell you how many times I heard that. Like, they really sound like animals in Annapolis. Not all, but a lot of them sound like really animals. I never experienced anything like this before in my life. I'm hearing stuff like that, but and so it's good that I gave a little history about Kennesaw, Cobb County, and how so many people were known to have guns in their homes. They were known, and so I'll leave it at that. Let me think. So today was okay. I did feel 4 sharp pains in my foot, my chest, my cranium, my knee. The knee is connected to jogging and exercise pretty much all day today. And it started pretty much, when did it start? Maybe right after the African American male and female gave me a compliment. She said her husband said it. She said her husband was giving me a compliment. So that's when it really started, and I was thinking about how I was going to post it. Yesterday, which was the 17th, the pie case. One of the things I noticed, Thomas, I looked at the pie case in the refrigerator before I left, and I noticed no one put an expiration date on it. I was noticing people are still putting expiration dates at the end of the tray. Phyllis said do that, and there has been confusion because Thomas said put expiration dates on individual Hershey pies. So, but Phyllis was like adamant, and she was, she gets, I don't want her to clock me out forcefully, because I try to explain. One manager says this, one manager says that. So anyway, as I looked at the pie case or the pie tray, it didn't have any expiration date on it. As I left, I told Thomas, and I said, would you like for me to go ahead and, what do you want me to do? He told me to put individual expiration dates on all the Hershey pies. And I said, okay, and I did. And he told me to fill up 2 trays, and I did, because it was like 1 tray with maybe 3 Hershey pies left, and there was no expiration dates. But before that, we have returned back to putting expiration dates at the end of the tray, 1 or 2. Put 1 on one end of the tray, 1 on the other. So, but he said put it on every single Hershey pie. I said okay, no problem. So let me think what else happened. In my work ethics yesterday, which was March 17, 2022, I refilled refilled the refrigerator and made sure I put the expiration dates that were rotated. I rotated the orange juice, that's the word, and made sure the apple juice was there. I did that today too. They had enough apple juice. Phil told me to sweep today. I swept today, and I made sure I took the trash out yesterday. Someone took the trash out today. Kept the counter sanitized. Refilled the condiments, the cups. Many times when Phyllis is expediting food by herself, I always ask. I try my best. No, not always. I have asked her many times to say, if you need any help, let me know. But she still swishes me away if I'm too close to her. So I don't want to get comfortable and think it's okay, and then something happens or whatever. Until she said, until it's known that, because if you swish someone away to move, or you say move or excuse you, then that lets you know. Keep your distance. And I'm not a person that tries to force my boundaries on anyone, because that could be definitely seen as an act of violence. Force my energy on anyone, because that could be seen as an act of violence and harassment. So I try my best to give her space. It's not because I don't want to push food or fries. She's made it clear for a while. So let me think what else. The cops were called. Just as this noise was being made, I just experienced a thought of recalling a thought. The cops were called. When was it? I think so. Was it called Monday? Or no, it was called last week. Anyway, I wrote it down at Burger King. I can't remember the exact date. I think it was Monday. It could have not Monday, but Tuesday. I was there working. I don't work on Mondays. Not say I don't work. They have been scheduling me on Mondays. I usually don't work on Sundays. Imani is in the Walgreens. I'm waiting for him to come out. And the cops were called because my schedule from 10 to 4. When I arrived at Burger King, I saw a black male sleeping inside of Burger King. It's not the first time. I've seen them come in and put their head down before. And maybe at 10:15, all of a sudden I heard a whole bunch of scuffling and rumbling, and Thomas is cursing outside. In the dining room, and Phyllis walks almost like a slight jog almost to go and see. She was like, Thomas, in a frantic way, or Thomas, something like that. And I hear a whole bunch of scuffling and ruffling. Thomas is saying the F word and everything. I started to duck, so I don't know if the person had a gun. I don't know what was going on. It was like approximately 10:15 a.m. So 15 minutes after I clocked in, I went outside to the back and walked outside because I didn't know if that person had a gun. I didn't know if they're going to start shooting. I didn't know what was going on to cause so much problem, so much. I mean, I don't know if the guy tried to hit Thomas. I don't know if Thomas hit him. I don't know anything about that, but I know what I heard. I heard it was loud. So I walked outside in the back. Hey, thanks. And this is Imani. Okay. Anyway, that's and so and once again, let me think. Is there anything I wanted to add to this video? No, I'm gonna stop there. It's March to that's Imani walking. We're walking together. That's it. Islam. I'll talk to you later.